Hello, I'm Trevor Lewis, and this is another video from the Voyager Middle School STEAM Lab. So in this video, we're going to be talking about isometric drawing. So this is an isometric drawing. This is a little bit more complicated than the orthographic projections that we've been doing so far. This is an isometric drawing. You can see all three sides, the top, front, and side, all at the same time. It's sort of like a three-quarter view, but it's a little bit more specific than that because you can actually measure these things and have everything to scale in the drawing. The way it works is you're going to take these 90-degree angles here on this forward-facing corner, and iso means the same and metric means measure. So these three angles that measure at 90 degrees are each going to measure 120 degrees. We're equally splitting up the 360-degree circle into those measurements. That's what makes it isometric. So, if I measure something in the height here, that same amount will measure on the width. So I can actually use these as relative heights and widths. So if something is this far along on the width and I have that same amount in the height, I can expect it to be the same on the actual object. So this is kind of tricky to draw. We're going to start off slow. A few things I want to point out to you first. So I pointed these things out, but one rule of thumb that I have in isometrics is if you have a line and it is parallel in reality, they end up being parallel in the isometric. So there's a lot of parallel lines. Another thing that I'd like to point out is I drew this freehand, so you can see my lines wobble a bit here. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend using a ruler. I would recommend using a clear ruler, especially here, because you can really use that clear ruler to translate the parallelness of that line up to another line really easily if you can see through the ruler. The other thing that you can do is you can use graph paper. I always start with this corner. If I have a 90-degree corner and I can start here, I always start with this. And so if you have graph paper, you can estimate this by using trigonometry. You have this vertical line that goes right down your graph grids, and then to figure out where this line goes, you're going to count over 5 spaces on your graph grid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 1, 2, 3 spaces, and that gives you an approximation of a 30-degree angle, which is what you need. So that's over 5 and up 3. That's not exactly the tangent of 30 degrees, but it's pretty close. And if you don't have graph paper, like I didn't even use graph paper, you can use this same estimation by just making sure that you're putting your dots equally spaced out, or if you have a ruler, you could actually measure 5 of something and 3 of something up to get that angle. And you do the same thing the other way because they should be the same on both sides. Another way is to use something like this. This is isometric dot paper. I just grabbed this off the internet. They've already got these dots at a 30-degree angle to each other. So to start that first corner, the first thing I would say is always start lower than you think you're going to need to, because I always run out of space going up. So I'm going to start my corner. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to draw, let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my vertical line. Now I want that front edge here, and you can see that it's automatically got that distance, that angle locked in. So now for distance, I just count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you actually measure those will be the same. So I can do that on the other side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So what I'm drawing right now is an isometric cube. This is the first thing we learn how to draw when we're drawing isometrics, because if you have an object and you can put it in a cube or in a rectangular prism inside a box, you can sketch out a box like this, and then you can draw the object inside the box, and it'll help force that perspective on you. So this isometric grid paper makes it super easy for me to draw the cube. These 3 parallelograms have exactly the same area now, because those 3 square faces would have the same area and same dimensions. Okay, so this is one option if you have a printer. If you don't have a printer, if you can get one of them printed out, you can actually put a piece of paper on top of it and see through it, or hold it up to a window so you can see it. Another style of isometric paper looks like this. This is the same thing, but you want it to be really faint, because when you draw over the top of it, you really want your lines to stand out. So that's down 3. I'm going to go over 3, up 3, over 3. And when you're using this kind of paper and you're drawing an object, you can go really quickly, even without a straight edge, to get your cube. And you can easily expand this out to draw more complicated objects. So if you're trying to draw an object with a lot of right angles, makes it pretty quick to draw more complicated objects. You can even put circles in things, right? If you wanted to put a circular object, you know that if it hits those 4 points, you can draw a circle by arcing in between those points. Your arcs are going to look, you're going to go out towards the corner to get those circles in. Not my best ever isometric circle, but you could start there and then go up from there to make another circle to make a cylinder shape. Okay, so if I had none of these tools and I just wanted to draw an isometric cube, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that down straight vertical line. I can count over 5 and up 3, or I can estimate. This is a 60-degree angle, this is a 30-degree angle, and I want to estimate the length. Now when I draw my next vertical, it's going to need to be the exact same parallel length. This angle should be the same as this angle. So sometimes I draw it in and then I need to adjust it. So again, I can estimate that 60 degrees, or I can count. I can estimate that length. Sometimes I draw things over long and then I need to adjust, right? If I had a ruler here, it would make it a lot easier, but sometimes I just find that angle with my hand and then I bring it over here and I just draw it. I find that angle with my hand, I bring it over here and I just draw it. Sometimes things go a little bit longer. I'm using a pen right now. Don't recommend pen for this kind of thing. I recommend pencil because that gives you the ability to erase. There we go.